it's a compliment, but he said when, so here's the situation. Jeremy rode with Honda for 6 years and was basically unbeatable. It was like when the race started, and I'd watch some of these things on the late night cable, and before the race started, they would be talking about who would be vying for second, because it was that sort of domination. And this is not an easy sport to dominate, because all the bikes, it's not like Jeremy's got himself a factory 250 and everyone else is out there in a moped. They're all out there. They got the same technology. They got the same equipment. They got the same preparation, but they don't got the genes. You understand? There's a two-stroke oil in this man's genes, or is it four-stroke? I think it's two-stroke. But
it's two-stroke.
the point is this: when he was getting ready to make the switch. Now, this is an interesting thing. He had dominated with Honda for so long, in so many years, and won so many races. At least this is how the flunky puts it, that the other teams were worried, because think of it. You're dominating with Honda for a million years. You're untouchable. Then you go over to Dr. Drew's motorcycle team and you lose.
Right,
what's that say about the sponsorship, or what's that say about the vehicle?
Right.
Was that an element?
That is definitely one of the things. I'm really happy that Suzuki took that chance, because that is one of the points, I mean, people look at it, if I don't win, like last week was a terrible race for me and kind of was really bad. It was probably the worst race I've had in 6 years, but it was just different circumstances. I fell down and a lot of that stuff happened, but yeah, it's taking a chance.
Right. But you'll be back up on Saturday night.
Oh, yeah. I'm for sure of that.
And Drew, I don't know if you've seen this. Drew watches the Opera Channel. A lot of fat chicks and Viking helmets running into each other and singing in German. But this thing, at the L.A. Coliseum, they go all the way up to the peristyle, they call it, which meaning they go from like the football field. They go
top of the stadium,
all the way up to the top of the stadium in the end zone. They loop around, and then they just come flying off the end, like a 70-foot drop. And it's the amount of air that these guys get. I mean, it's like 25, 30 feet of air.
Yeah, that was the last one last week. They didn't have much light either. It was like 85 feet, I think, down, and a bunch of holes and stuff when you landed. I'm surprised you didn't treat anyone from that.
Oh, True, you didn't see any patients with kickstands in their ass or anything? No. They don't ride bikes with kickstands. That's pussy stuff, Drew.
Yeah.
First thing they do is they take the chain guard and the kickstand off. I know how the racing world works. All right, Jeremy, we'll talk about this as the night progresses, but we'll take some phone calls, too. Did I give the phone number, Drew?
1-800-LOVE-191 or 568-3191. There you go. It's done.
What about, isn't it a 310 area code on the fax?
310-854-4455. But you said never to give that number out. So,
I did?
Yeah.
No, I thought that's what you gave the second time. That's how retarded I am. You just gave the translated version of the number.
Right.
Oh, jeez.
You'll be all right.
I got to start focusing on the show.
Okay. Stay with it.
Luke, 23, you're on Loveline with Jeremy McGrath.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, I got a problem. I work in a store, and I've got this woman that keeps coming in, and she keeps hitting on me all the time. But the problem with it is that she's married, and I don't want to have anything to do with any part of that at all.
So don't.
But she keeps. How do I get the point across without being I mean, I've already told her you can't keep coming in here. You're married. How do I stop it?
Well, listen, if she has any semblance of pride whatsoever, Luke, and you turn her down cold, she's not going to show her face around there.
I know, but I've already did that.
What does she do exactly?
You did not turn her down cold.
What precisely is she doing?
No 23-year-old male can turn down a woman coming on him. Your own grandmother could get drunk and start hitting on you. You'd put her off, but you wouldn't turn her down.
That's what he's doing. He's putting her off.
Yeah, you'd say, maybe Thanksgiving, Grandma.
Yeah.
No, honestly.
Wait till Grandpa passes, please. Have some respect.
It's getting to the point where it's ridiculous, because one time she brought her husband
It's
in.
what?
It's getting ridiculous.
Thank you.
And she brought her husband in with her one night, and she was just like blatantly hitting on me, but he wasn't like picking it up at all.
What did she do exactly? What is blatantly hitting? What does that mean?
Well, she was like winking at me, and she's like was whispering like, you know, we should get together next weekend or something like that. And, but he was like over in the other corner.
She said that we should get together.
Yeah.
And what did you say?
I'm like, I just like stood there and looked at her like she
Well,
was
Luke, that would be not dismissing her, right? That would be what
deer in the
Putting her
headlights
off.
is not putting her off.
Right, putting her off is that will never happen. I wish you'd stop asking me this.
I know.
It's really disturbing me.
I'm talking about Mace.
Okay, Luke, do you understand?
Yeah.
All right,
you don't
Luke,
say something overt
Drew, no,
like that.
That's a non-question. Let me tell you what this question is.
I'm announcing. He wants to announce the world that married woman.
This is I'm a dude, and I can get plenty of trim. This is one of these. Once in a while, maybe not. We haven't had one in a while, but I'd say about every
couple weeks.
Every couple of weeks, a guy calls up and he goes, "My problem is my penis is too big. The chicks are drawn to me like ants to honey. It's really hard to focus on my work with the chicks constantly congregating around." It's like, all right, please, Drew, don't jump in the middle of my guy with the big penis thing. And what is going on? What's going on with that?
I have no idea. Maybe it's my mic here.
No, that's mine.
Is it?
No, something's going on. Jeremy, how's your... we call them cans in the business.
I can.
Oh, wait, now your mic...
I can.
Oh, there it goes.
That's mine.
All right. Engineer Mike, come in here and punch something, would you? Let me tell you about this dump called Westwood One. You would think that this place would be state-of-the-art, right? I mean, what is the radio station that everyone has heard of around the country? Even the most... All right. You going, Engineer Mike, there? The point is this. Westwood One. If you pull a guy off the street and you said, name one radio network, just one, Westwood One would be the one everyone names. Why do we work in the worst Westwood One facility there is? When we have been to other Westwood One facilities, have we not, Drew?
Yes, we have.
State of the art.
Yep.
They all look like something out of an Oliver Stone movie. But this place is a broom closet with a bad microphone and like a lawn chair for a seat. What is up with that? Why do we always have to work in the dumps? All right, screw you, Engineer Mike. Engineer Mike said I should go to New York. We may just do that. Aha. Uh-huh. All right, let's move on. Jim, 17.
What's up? What's up, Temple City?
All right, I hear Temple City likes to rock.
You know what? This is a bogus call.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Why?
Just the content and the way you open the call.
I think it's
a bogus call.
Jeremy,
No,
you
this
think
is a
it's a
bogus
real call?
This
I don't
is a
know.
call.
This is a bogus call.
This
Is it a rapper?
It's a bogus call.
Just shut up, Drew. Jim,
Yeah, what's going on?
what's your problem?
I'm going out with this girl, and a lot of my friends, they think she's a transsexual.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how
I
long
swear,
you been
this is
dating?
not a bogus call.
Right.
And my friends think I should dump her, and I just want to know if she's a transsexual or not, and how can I find out?
You got to do the water displacement test.
What's that?
All right, listen, you moron. You got to grab her junk.
Yeah, but what if she doesn't have? What if she's a guy, but she don't have a cock?
Well, then you're in good shape. Listen, all women are guys without penises. Ann is a man without a penis.
Still, that's disgusting. A
All
guy.
right, wait a minute. You know the way I meant that, Ann. I meant that in a good way. I mean, all right. I'm not going to defend myself. Jim,
What's going on?
why don't you let me talk to her?
No, that's not a good idea.
Why not?
Because that's just not a good idea. That's probably embarrass her.
Oh,
You're going to embarrass her anyways.
But I don't want her to know I'm talking about her on the phone.
Why do people say that she might be transsexual?
Because she's like, they just think they say she talks like a guy,
Mm-hmm.
and then they say she has features of a guy.
How well do you know her?
I've only known her for about, let's say, 3 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
how far have you gotten with her physically?
Just, kissing, and that's it.
Uh-huh. How's the Adam's apple?
It's not, you can't know, you can't
Not
talk.
pronounced?
She's pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
Is any growth on the face or anything like that?
Well, she puts a lot of makeup on. That's one of my friends said. I should probably covering it up
Where'd you meet her?
at this club.
Okay. Half the people you meet at clubs are transsexuals. The other half are gay. I'm telling you, Jim. That could be the problem. What is the club?
The arena?
Okay. Is that a transsexual hangout?
No, not on some nights.
Okay. Listen, Jim,
Yeah,
you have to let your fingers do the walking. Do you understand?
yeah.
We what are we supposed to do? run a quick check on her? We're not TRW over here for transsexuals. We don't know. I mean, he has to find out for himself.
I'd say.
Jeremy, ever dated a transsexual, not known it?
I don't think so.
All right, hey,
I'm
you know
pretty
what?
sure I would know.
If you don't know, there's no harm.
Yeah,
if you really think about it.
I'm sure I haven't.
I can't say positively I've never been with a transsexual, but as long as I don't know, everything's fine. It's like, hey, it's like if a guy spits in your food, in the back of the counter at Denny's. Look, as long as he doesn't tell you about it, there's no harm.
If you don't know.
Right, Drew?
Let's get sick.
But if you don't know, you're not going to vomit. Marie.
Hi.
23, you're on Loveline with Jeremy McGrath. Superstar, Supercross, Superboy.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Okay, here's the thing. I was considering working for an escort service, and I don't know much about them, so I went in for the interview to talk to the woman who runs it, and she said it's just about going to a hotel room or to a home, apartment, whatever, and doing lingerie modeling and massage, like back massage, leg massage. And that's pretty much it, except maybe like some, breast showing.
All right.
And I've asked a couple guys I know, they've never used anything like that, so I can't get a clear answer about, is that what really goes on, or is it like something more that I should be worried about?
Yes, there's something more you should be worried about.
Watch
Going to a hotel.
Even if it weren't something more, what's up with you that you're thinking about doing this?
There's a whole rape side of it that she probably didn't delve into.
Right, going into other people's homes and apartments. And
Right.
Yeah, and let me tell you, when there's a room full of guys and they're getting loaded, and you come in there and start mincing about in lingerie and showing a little breast, believe me, rape can't be far behind.
How about if it's just like one guy and I'm going to bring a friend with me to sit outside the door?
The friend better weigh about 380 pounds and be inside the door.
Yeah, and thinking you're going to get away with only a leg massage is probably the wrong idea.
Yeah, think about the people that you're catering to, if you think about it.
And at what line do you draw where do you draw the line with prostitution? At what point is it prostitution? Does it have to be sexual contact?
I think Nevada. Yes, it is. Yes, if you're paying someone to come over, dance around in a teddy and rub your leg, that's prostitution, which I'm all for, by the way, but I still think it's prostitution.
It's not good for Marie.
Anything you masturbate to later could be considered prostitution.
Really?
So for me, life is my hooker.
Marie, what's up? Why?
Why?
Yeah.
I just graduated and I need cash. And this woman says I can make $100 just for showing my breasts for an hour.
All right.
It's so sad,
Hold on.
Marie, that you have to subject yourself to this.
Jeremy and I have both put in $55. We'll pay $110 to come over here and show us your breasts tonight. How big is your butt? All right. That was a card.
Seems like a lot of young girls have the same problem. They do that.
So you're saying no?
Yeah, well, it's easy money. It's a no-brainer. But what they don't realize is it's sort of, yes, we're saying no. But listen.
What if I bring like weapons with me? I'm totally.
Where are you going to stuff the weapon when you're wearing nothing but
in my garter or something? And just like, saying, here's my gun. Don't.
Right. What did you major in college? You didn't major in prostitution, did you?
No.
What were you saying, Jeremy? Jeremy, there are a lot of people that do this sort of thing, you think?
I kind of think. I mean, some. Yeah,
I
was talking about it earlier, actually.
I think it's a sort of point of no return that once you pass, you don't come back from, and it makes women feel bad about themselves, almost without exception.
You know what it's like? I would say it is analogous to drugs, which is, yeah, you can screw around with cocaine or you can screw around with heroin, but you're probably going to get hooked, and then it's going to screw you up. And it's the same with, I've known many a stripper in my day, and what happens is you get in. A lot of times they do it on a dare. Or a lot of times they do it just to finish college or what happens.
But a lot of times when the ones that actually do it, though, are the ones that have pretty seriously screwed up childhood, too.
All right. Be that as it may, the point is you get involved with this, and before you know it, you're making, $750 a week cash for 2 nights' work. And then after that, and a bunch of guys hooting at you and buying you Jägermeisters. After that, you're never going back to the office.
Yeah, there's a point of no return there.
Right. And then you get locked in, and that becomes your life, and then you start hanging out with all those people.
I've really thought about that, and I've really considered all these things. I've thought about it so seriously, and I know I could handle it. I know I could just do this until I have a couple of my bills paid off, and that's it.
All right, but if you're such a go-getter, why don't you just go get a regular job?
Because it's only like the most I can make is $8 an hour. That's not enough.
Marie,
if I get 2 jobs.
Listen, it is going against every fiber of in my body to try to talk someone out of stripping for a living. You understand? I only have about another 10 seconds worth before I'm going to break and just go get change. Do you understand? So listen, we're all saying it's a bad idea.
All right.
All right? Okay. You're going to get raped in one of these motel rooms.
Oh.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
I've seen these movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to do it so bad, go to a regular one where everyone can see it.
Yeah.
Not just one guy.
Yeah. Go to a regular bar there and shake your money maker there.
Yeah.
Like Drew did before he went to college. I mean, it's a gay bar, but same principles apply. Ron, 27.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's happening?
Hey.
Not too much. I got questions for everybody tonight. First one, go to McGrath. I got a question as far as the switch from Honda to Suzuki. Did it have anything to do with the fact that you didn't want to ride the aluminum CR?
No, it didn't have anything to do with that. We had some races in Europe and Japan with the bike, and my results actually weren't there. And I think it just happens with new bikes. It takes a lot of time to develop them.
Was it a CR250 aluminum frame?
Yeah, it's the new bike that just came out by Honda's. Instead of chromoly or steel frame, it's an all aluminum frame, which is it's just a new thing. It takes a while, but I would say that didn't have anything to do with my decision to change.
Ron?
Okay, yeah.
I had an Elsinore 125 when I was in high school. I called it the Red Racer,
The Red Racer, huh?
Yeah, had the shocks. Shocks were laid down. Had about 3 inches of travel in the back of that baby. Yes, Ron?
And another question from Jeremy is, what's the deal with Lamson? Is he out to get you now?
Well, I don't know.
After this last race, T-bone you there?
Yeah, it's kind of ironic, actually. We were both on the ground there at the end of the first lap. It was, I don't know. I mean, I kind of thought that at the time, but I really don't think Steve's like that. Okay, for you guys that don't know here, the first lap of the race last week, my old teammate that I rode with last year cleaned me out, just put me on the ground, and I was pretty upset about it. I didn't know whether it was on purpose or an accident, but that's what he's talking about. So
right.
So I don't know. I don't know if he has a bounty on me or what.
Okay, that's all I want to know. And for Adam and Drew, my question for you guys is, been married for about 2.5 years now. My wife and I, we make love 4 to 6 times a week, and I still end up masturbating about twice a day.
That's right.
One in the morning, one in the night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out if there's any way to kind of curb that back.
This is the Carolla phenomenon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Finally, a syndrome named after me.
This is it. This is it. No, this is it.
I thought it was going to have to do with hair on the ass, but thank God it has to do with masturbation. Something
that's the Carolla sign.
Something dignified like masturbation.
Are there any long-term effects for masturbation, as far as low sperm count?
You can be happy.
No.
Okay. No, you just make more.
Just make
you
more.
Can be happy.
Yeah. Listen, and is your wife upset about this practice?
No, she doesn't mind.
She understands. She understands it's a totally separate thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's apples and sperm.
Yep.
You can't compare the two.
No, she knows there's no difference between it, and 4 to 6 times a week is plenty for her. She doesn't want any more.
Okay. And she doesn't, let me, it's like Jeremy does the big Supercross races, like the one coming up here on Saturday at the Coliseum. But when he's not racing in the Supercross, obviously he's out on the track. He's checking the equipment. He's honing his skills. This is the same principle here. And there's no way that his woman or his coach or his manager or his mechanic is going to come down on him for checking the equipment and keeping everything in running order before the big race so that he's ready and primed to go.
Yeah.
Now, if he's working a little too hard on the test track and he perhaps pulls a groin muscle or something, that's another story. But if he's just keeping the equipment running right, there's nothing wrong with that. I used to get up at dawn back when I was racing Supercross, Drew, and I'd run the track in my boots. You ever do that?
I want to know is on these 4 to 6 times a week, you still masturbate 2 times a day on the same day?
Wait a minute, he's masturbating now. We got to get him back. Tony?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Who the hell are we talking to? Hold on, Tony. Who was that? Was that Tony?
7.
Oh, 7. All right. Ron?
Yeah.
You still masturbating the day of the big race?
Oh, yeah. I got a loaded gun.
Okay.
Once when I get up in the morning before I go to work, and then, another after I get home.
Right.
All
right.
Wow.
You know it's trouble when you start peeling them off at work, though.
Oh, well, no, it's not at work.
Okay.
No, it's not at work.
Good. All right. Keep it away from the deep fryer there, Ron.
Okay, don't point at anybody?
Yes. All right, when we come back, more Jeremy McGrath, more Supercross talk, and perhaps a little opera sprinkled in for Drew.
Hey, this is Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue.
And this is Donna Jericho from Baywatch. And you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla
and Dr. Drew.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did they slow that down?
No. They were, Nikki had all the blood in his penis and Donna was loaded. I remember that night like it was yesterday. Donna Jericho came in here with Nikki. And, well, those of you who listen to the show know what went on. She had a couple of glasses of Chardonnay, the top came right off. I asked, hey, could I see one of your breasts? Just because she was on Baywatch, what the hell? But I figured I'd get no or hit or something. And she went, yeah, all right. And she gave me a quick winger. And I said, hey, that's great. And then before you know it, she had both of them out. And then later on, she had all three of them going. And then she really just had the top off by the end of the show.
Ooh.
And she was groping them and whatnot. It was really, and the funniest thing was Drew. Actually, it was me and Drew. Drew and I were like, here was the analogy, really. It's like, all of a sudden, we're back in high school.
We're 14.
We're like 14. We're like, hey, we're seeing some boob.
No, we're in the back of a car, and somebody up front is doing...
Yeah, here it is. It's like
front.
Drew and I are driving the station wagon, and the older brother's in back getting some, and we're both looking in the rear view going, ooh, we're like elbowing each other in the ribs. It was quite a titillating evening. It really was. And then the insulting part of the evening came when I said, I swore that I was going to find the Donna Jericho Playboy Playmate video, because... Drew, you're not a guy, but Jeremy, you are. You know that seeing a woman half nude for 2 hours and knowing there's a video of her, running on the beach naked and rubbing oil on herself, you got to see that night.
Yeah.
All right?
You got to go get that.
You got to go get that.
For sure.
I made a pilgrimage to the video store. They didn't have it. Then I went over to another video. I went to 3 video stores.
After midnight.
We got off.
They were the 24-hour ones.
Like some sort of crazed heroin fiend.
Yeah, what kind of video stores were these?
I went to every one I could find. I couldn't find the goddamn video, and I ended up buying a $5 box of tea from some mulatto kid in the parking lot. That's what it got. These kids, they're working their way through like junior high or something, selling tea. But anyway. All right, Jeremy McGrath is our guest tonight. Supercross Saturday night at the fabulous Coliseum. He's now riding for Suzuki, 6 years with Honda, and he's made the big switch. And here's some big news. I was told by engineer Mike that we have the new out-of-context Drew drop.
Oh, no.
So we'll unveil that tonight. Go ahead, Mike.
When I was 14, I tried to be straight, or I thought I should be straight, and I was confused. All
right. Not quite worth the fanfare, but still, it'll serve us well, Mike. And you've done your job in a mediocre fashion as usual. Drew, we ready to move on?
Please.
All right. Later on this evening, I will read the GAT test, the Gay Aptitude Test, which I did many, many months ago, almost a year ago now, I realize. And because of the overwhelming response, I'm going to repeat it. Actually, one guy asked me to repeat it. So at some point tonight, remind me, and get your pads and pencils ready, all you borderline guys out there who may or may not be gay. This is the definitive test. Jeremy, you're in the Supercross. You're discounted automatically. Anyone, I'm going to put that at the bottom. Anyone who's currently on the pro motocross circuit does not. They get waived. It's like they have that designation in the Army. You don't have to do battle. You're R11 or whatever the hell that is. All right, here we go, Drew. Tony.
Yeah.
31. You're on Loveline.
Hi. Hey, Jeremy.
Hi. How's it going?
Good. Just wanted to ask you, do you think the rain is going to affect the track much, and if the track has been changed much for next weekend?
Well, if you were there last Saturday, we had a right-hand first corner, which is not that good because you can't hit the rear brake pedal.
Yeah,
obviously, you got to put your foot out on the right side. But I was supposed to do a commercial there this week, and they have the track covered with plastic. But I don't know how much they're going to be able to get changed because of the weather. So
Did they change the track? The configuration of it?
Yeah, they're supposed to change the track because it's not the same for 2 weekends.
All right, Tony, you want to host a show for a while? I'm eating.
All right, that's it,
Tony.
Thank you.
Are you done?
Yeah.
That was it? What kind of lame question was that?
I don't know, but it's over.
You think the rain will affect the track?
Jonathan.
No, it will have absolutely...
Jonathan,
of course it's going to affect the track, you idiot.
Jonathan, what can we do for you?
Okay, I've been married for a little over 3 years, and I'm HIV positive. My wife is not.
How'd you contract it?
I'm a hemophiliac.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been using condoms exclusively and very well, and our lovemaking is getting better and better, but lately I'm finding that I'm getting irritation at the base of my penis, like cracking and peeling, and I'm wondering what I can do about that. I'm wondering if there's anything I could put on to keep it from doing that, and even if I do so, won't that have possibly an effect on the condom?
Yes, it might. Certainly the water-based lubricants, though, would not, although it could cause it to slip off.
That would be the worst.
Yeah. You guys ever any failures with the condom at all?
No.
No. And how long have you guys been having sex with the HIV?
About 4 years.
4 years.
Do you think this chafing is caused by the condom?
I'm not quite sure what this is. I mean, it could just be sort of some kind of contact dermatitis. I mean, sometimes people can actually get an allergy to latex.
It is right around at the base of the condom where the rest of the condom is rolled up.
However, you would think that if you were truly allergic to latex, you would have been having this problem all along.
Or
it would have been along the rest of the length of the condom.
All right, but you're
as well.
saying if he uses some lubricant there, the thing is liable to slide off.
Yeah,
that is why.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I have come up with the condom garter. We were just talking about this last night. Jeremy, you would... hell, I should sponsor you with the maker of the condom garter. It is a piece of elastic, probably... Well, it depends how big your ass is. We'll have a few different sizes, but maybe we'll even have a little... we'll have it pleated or something. I don't know if it's redundant to pleat elastic. Drew, you look into that during the commercial, but the point is the thing's about 12 inches long. It's elastic. It stretches out. It has an alligator clip on both sides. You clip it on one end of the condom, then you strap it on your body. Also, it's a place to keep your wallet.
Yeah.
You know, sexually, you're naked. There's nowhere you don't want to stuff your wallet in your ass. You tuck it in the back. I'll expand it a little. As a matter of fact, I'm taking it a step further.
Has a holster on it.
Pockets on it.
I'm actually, yes, holster. That's right, for beer and the remote control. Then we expand it back to get some, back support, like you see in those home improvement centers.
Like a kidney belt for riding.
Right, you know how that works. There's too much vibration on the kidney. You'll get stoned. So this is brilliant. This would work. This would work for Jonathan.
Till the alligator
we don't
clips,
know. Jonathan, have you ever thought about having a dermatologist?
And it doubles as a roach clip.
Look at it.
That's the real brilliance.
Sometimes just some
Having a what?
dermatologist or a doctor look at it. Sometimes just some hydrocortisone cream really can help. What you might do for yourself, just get there's over-the-counter hydrocortisone cream that's really very safe. You could try that for starters.
Okay.
And hope that it's just some kind of a contact.
Hey, Jonathan.
Reaction.
Yeah.
I've been hearing all kinds of stuff about all these cocktails for people with HIV.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a whole thing on 60 Minutes last week.
Yeah.
And all that. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because, I don't know.
That's all hip and up to date.
Yeah, okay. You know what's going on.
We don't really want the word to get out yet because we don't want the insurance companies to freak.
That what?
That we're not going to die. But it's a manageable disease. The problem is the drugs used to manage it are really expensive.
Right. It's like 15 grand or 20 grand a year.
But I mean, they got to understand this is a new. We've always predicted that HIV would eventually be a chronic illness.
Right.
And now we're finally really just about arriving at that place.
It just seems like in the last few weeks there have been all these stories about these, you mix this drug, that drug, and that drug, you take it, and now it's...
Until a year ago, I was still having to defend on this very show that HIV actually causes AIDS. There's, Spin magazine, all these nuts, put a bunch of articles out that said that HIV had nothing to do with it. Now it's been shown conclusively that if you contain the circulating concentration of HIV, you prevent the progression to AIDS.
Right.
That's it. It's always been the case. And
so you do live for long.
You can. Yeah, it can be a chronic illness. And how long this is going to go on for, it still remains to be seen.
Melissa, 14, you're on Loveline.
Hi, you guys are really great, but okay, I have a question for Dr. Drew.
Mm-hmm.
I just got chicken pox a couple of days ago.
You're 14. That's pretty miserable.
And, okay, I've got one, on the corner of my eye.
Right.
And I've got them, on my genitals.
And your mouth and stuff, too?
And, I was wondering if this will cause any kind of damage.
Are you sure it's chickenpox?
Yeah.
For sure. You had fever, chills, sore throat, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if it gets on the cornea, it can be a problem. And on the genitalia and mouth, no, it's not a problem.
Okay.
But the mouth is something to keep an eye on. And in people your age and older, chickenpox can be kind of nasty. And it's interesting we're talking about antiviral drugs. Oftentimes, doctors would choose to treat this sort of thing, particularly if it's on your eyes, with antiviral drugs, like Zovirax. The same thing we use to treat herpes. Chickenpox is a herpes virus.
And
Still sounds better to have chickenpox than herpes.
Oh, yeah.
And what do we call it, Drew?
Well, that's why we've changed the name to Happies.
Thank you.
Why don't we just call it chickenpox?
See, there you go. This is my happy pox. This is my point. This is why we...
Turkey pox.
All right. Drew, you done with your routine, or can we move on? Please. Drew's all of a sudden turning into Slappy White. I don't know if anyone knows that. He's made 4 jokes, and we're fresh in the new year. Right. Yes. He's on a tear. At this point, he'll be into double digits by the summer. All right. Here's what I'm saying. Herpes sounds horrible. Chicken pox sounds less horrible, but the happies sounds better than all of them. And that's why we call it the happies. It makes people more comfortable talking about this horrible disease. All right, so what are we doing for Melissa?
She had more questions.
Oh.
And also, on my genitals, they don't really, itch, but it's more like burning.
Yeah, they hurt, sure.
Yeah, and I was wondering if there's, anything I could do for that. Cause
like I said, talk to your doctor about getting on antiviral therapy. Pills.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
That would be the thing to do.
All right. How do you get this at this age?
Otherwise, you don't have it before this age, and then you get exposed to it. It's very contagious.
I had chicken pox 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
Horrible as an adult.
Get out of the studio and let's have it sprayed.
My head was itching like crazy.
Thank God you wear a helmet 90% of your life.
Yeah. It was weird. I had him at a race, actually.
Really?
It was wild.
Did you? Does it make you? It's kind of dangerous when you're older,
yeah,
isn't
it?
Make
you terribly sick.
It was weird because a lot of people were saying that, but I didn't. Actually, it must have been kind of mild.
Could have been the herpes.
Because I know for sure it was chickenpox.
How do you know that?
Could have been head herpes.
Because I went to the doctor.
Yeah, but he could have been wrong.
Well, maybe.
Well, maybe you're wrong, Drew.
Yeah, maybe I am.
Well, no,
okay.
maybe.
All right, we're all wrong. Let's all agree to disagree. Drew.
Yeah.
Sell the next call like I was holding a shotgun to your head.
Alice is bi-curious. Boyfriend's out of town. Lesbian friend looks appealing.
All right, that's a keeper. All right, our guest tonight, Jeremy McGrath, Jon Stewart next week, and Steve Gutenberg.
Right.
And who else? All right.
More good people.
More good people. That's way to sell it there, Drew. All right, Jeremy McGrath is our guest tonight. He is the reigning king of Supercross, which is the gut-buster sport of warriors. I'm not just saying that because I've heard it 1,000 times. Larry Flint.
Oh, that's right.
Is he coming in next week?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I just found that out.
Oh, Cake, yes. Wow.
The actual guy's coming in. Larry Flint himself's coming in here.
Right, not his stunt double from the...
Mike's out of the studio, so we can't hear Jeremy.
Mike, turn Jeremy's mic on, would you? Is it on? Say something.
Hello?
There you go.
Okay, there it's on.
Okay.
Gold wheelchair and all, huh?
Yeah. He will be here next week, and along with Cake, and we like Cake. I like those guys. Even though I'm a pie fan, I do enjoy the music of Cake. All right, 1-800-LFVE-191, fax number 310-854-4455. You want to do the GAT test now, the gay aptitude test?
Sure, and then we can take that gay question coming up.
Okay. Jeremy, you may want to score along. I mean, just for kicks.
Okay.
But he got a pass, though, right?
Yeah, you gave me a...
Yeah, he got a pass because anyone's on a motocross circuit, or any circuit, by the way. If you're on any circuit, the rodeo circuit.
So ice skating circuit.
The appellate judge.
Oh, wait a minute.
circuit?
No, that's okay. Yes, very good point.
Yeah.
Very good point.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true. I was thinking, rodeo, monster truck, tractor pull, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, you're right with this figure skating thing.
Yeah.
Quite astute. All right, the gay aptitude test. Score along at home. Number 1, unseasonable use of the turtleneck sweater and or dickie. Add 5 points. You've seen those guys walk around with those mock turtlenecks. Very gay. Overconsumption of yogurt, especially novelty flavors such as pina colada, passion fruit, or cafe latte. Add 5 points. Big yogurt fan, Jeremy?
No, I don't
Good
like
man.
yogurt.
Good boy. Right answer. Give yourself 1 point for every plant you have around the house, not including pot plants or fly-eating plants. If you had a fly-eating pot plant, that would make you the ultimate male. Add 3 points for every plant you've named. Very gay activity, naming the plants. Number 4. Add a point for every pair of ankle-length tennis socks you have. Add another 2 points if they have the fuzzy balls on the back of them. Just like saying the word fuzzy balls. Add 1 point for every poster or picture you've had framed in the last 5 years. This framing, this is a gay man's activity. No real man frames anything. Jeremy?
Except a house.
I don't frame my pictures.
Right.
Usually they're gifts, and they are framed when I get them.
That's fine. A gay guy can frame them and then send them to you, but you would not frame them yourself.
Perfect.
Yes, the only thing a man should be framing is a house or one of his wife's ex-lovers. All right, add 5 points if you ever find yourself humming the theme from Friends, and another 10 points if you clap along. If you have a padded toilet seat, add 5 points. Also, any shag carpet on the lid and tank, add another 5 points. You know the guys that they buff their toilet out? They actually remodel their toilet. There's the carpet. Okay, Mike. All right, give yourself a big 5 points. All right, if you wrap gifts in anything other than tin foil or the sports page, give yourself 3 points. Again, wrapping a gay man's activity. Real men don't wrap, except for iced tea. Stationery. If you have any kind of stationery lying around the house, that's good for 5 points. Add another 9 points if it's scented. All right, let's see. Give yourself a point for every skincare product you own, excluding musk and leather-scented products. Those are all very manly stuff. If you have a squeegee in your bathroom, add 25 points. It's an inside Loveline joke. And finally, add 50 points if you've ever blown a guy. Because that's a big point grabber. All right, Jeremy, how'd you fare? I know you weren't riding along, but just off the top of your head,
That's
pretty safe.
That's a good. I'm pretty safe.
Yeah. Okay.
There was no potpourri in that question.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't work potpourri in there. Well,
that's the scented paper.
We'll have to revise that. All right. When we left off, you were talking about Alice,
right?
Who's 19 and has some bisexual questions. Alice.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay. I have a boyfriend of 2 years, and we plan on getting married someday. But I was bi-curious before I met him, and I've still been bi-curious.
Tell me, I want to be enlightened about this a little bit. Tell me what bi-curious. That's a term you toss off with such, as though it has a real specific meaning to you, and to me, it's still kind of vague.
And I've always liked boys, and I've been with boys, but I've never been with a girl, and I think I like girls.
But don't most women at some points or most individuals are sort of bi-curious at some point in their life?
I wouldn't know.
Is there something about your curiosity that's more intense, do you think?
I like pornos almost as much as Adam Carolla.
But that's with a male and a female involved?
Either.
At first, I thought she meant she liked me, too, and then I realized she was talking about my obsession with pornography.
Right.
All right. Every woman is bi-curious except for my mom.
Okay.
And Jeremy's mom.
The thing is, I really want to, experience that, but me and my boyfriend have kind of discussed this, and we're like, well, cheating is cheating is cheating.
Right.
We're planning on getting married, and I don't know if I'm going to have this opportunity again.
Wow.
But his parents are, he's visiting his parents in L.A. right now, and I have a friend out here who's a lesbian.
We'll see her Saturday night at the Supercross.
Who we're friends with her, and he knows that she's kind of attracted to me, and that I'm kind of attracted to her, but...
So he's not encouraging you to do this, obviously.
No,
and you're not. And again, by the way, we took some criticism apparently on the television show for not being more open to bisexuality.
Oh, we did? From who?
From some emails. And
all right, screw you people.
But you know what? I discourage bisexual experimentation in people under 18. When ambivalence and confusion about one's sexual identity is everyone's status quo, and to act on that confusion creates more confusion. In 19, 20, 21, you really should have sort of figured things out already.
All right, but here's our position, I think. Listen, I'm all for the experimentation. I'm all for the threesomes. I'm all for the lesbian daisy chains. I may have made that up, but I'm for it, and because it sure sounds like something I'd be for. The point is this. when we're talking to people that are engaged, that are married, that sometimes have kids, and they're talking about going out and experimenting and bringing a third person into the bedroom, then we tell them it's a bad idea. From experience, we tell them the relationship suffers, whether it be a male, a female, whatever. Even if it's not a bisexual or lesbian or gay experience, when you bring a third person into a relationship, it disrupts it.
It disrupts it. That's right. And it may be. See, the problem with Alice is that she doesn't. Her concern is that should I get married, having these doubts, shouldn't I act on them first? And indeed, this is a viable concern of yours, but you've got to understand you're taking grave risks with your relationship by acting on these feelings. And you need to decide what's more important for you.
It's sort of retarded logic, which is, I don't want to do something that's going to break us up once we're married, so I'll do it before we get married.
Which may be the right thing, because maybe that's not meant to be married anyway.
All right.
She's only 19.
All right. So if you're real curious, go do it. You probably shouldn't get married at 19 anyway.
Or 20 or 21, which
or 30. Okay? Don't get married till you're till after menopause.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
When you have the hot flashes, that's when you say I do.
Okay.
Okay.
A little too easy there.
What?
To have somebody agree with you so many times, it disturbs me.
They're agreeing. They're agreeing with me, like when Charlie Brown's on the phone and we can hear his parents going wah 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 wah. That's the kind of agreement I got there.
She idolizes you and your pornos and.
Oh, you think so?
She said she likes him as much as you.
Yeah, I didn't quite know how to take that though.
She likes him the way he likes them.
Okay.
Right. All right. It's kind of like. I like porno as much as dogs like smelling their own crap. It was kind of that same thing. I would be the crap, I believe. Jennifer, 19.
Hi. Actually, this is more of a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah, Jennifer, go ahead.
They all start that way, but don't worry.
Well, Adam, you might have some input. Last Thursday, I went out with a very close guy friend of mine. We've been friends for 5 years. I trust him with my life, or so I thought. Every now and again, we like to indulge in a little pot smoking, just to have some fun and, break up the monotony or whatever. And I passed out, and I've never done that before.
With marijuana?
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought it was. I don't know anymore. And I woke up, and my clothes were off, and I was in his bed.
All right. Let me just give this pointer out to the guys who do the, roofie date rape stuff and all that. Put the clothes back on before they wake up. Please. This is ridiculous. All right, we're going to get lots of letters. What I'm saying is like, I know this sounds like the worst thing in the world, but please, if you're going to try to knock someone out and then rape them, and you're knocking them out so they don't want to know, at least go, make the bed and sit them up and stuff.
Yeah, well, she said
they're
both
smoking. Loaded. They're both loaded.
Smoking and drinking. That
you're alleging that he had intent to get her loaded that way.
Do you think he did anything to you sexually, Jennifer?
That's what I don't know, because I had the burning and I had some spot bleeding, but it didn't feel like we did. But I had other,
No, what do you think? Like, call the cops and ask questions later?
That's the problem, because I've been friends with him so long, and all of my friends, we all know each other and hang out. And
it's a hard one.
Some of them, they don't know whether to believe me or believe him, and he's basically saying, hey, I thought you were horny. Basically, I tried to get off on it, and this is what happened.
Basically, he what?
He said he was horny, so he tried to take advantage of the situation. He thought I was willing.
So he couldn't tell.
But do you?
In California, it's if somebody's intoxicated, they cannot render consent, and it's rape if you get somebody loaded and then have sex with them.
But the whole point.
Even if they said yes the whole way.
All right, but that's not going to stand up if this.
Well,
that's why I always record all my lovemaking. I always record my masturbation once in a while so I don't sue myself. Jennifer. All right, but here's the question. You have no attraction to this guy?
No, none whatsoever.
All right, so there's no chance that you were loaded and went along with this?
No.
You think you were loaded, you passed out, and then he physically assaulted you?
I think so. I'm almost positive.
All right.
No, yeah.
You could probably drag this through the courts, but I don't know that you'd get much satisfaction out of it if he clung to the she was loaded and she said yes thing.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that. I'm wondering, plus where I live in California, there's a law saying that if I go to the hospital, all I want to do is get tested to see if I have anything, and if I could be pregnant. That's all.
Right.
Don't go to the hospital. Just go to a private doctor or go to other
clinic?
other healthcare providers.
Because it's going to end up going on my insurance. And
What is?
My parents will say, why I went to the gynecologist or whatnot.
No.
Okay.
That could be kept completely
All right,
confidential.
so this guy's no friend of yours.
Right.
Unfortunately, you probably have to chalk it up to experience because I don't know legally what you can do. I mean, you could try to do something, but it doesn't sound like you have a real good, open and shut case here. So the guy's not, I don't know what to do. Slash the guy's tires or something.
Well,
He's no
stay
friend
away
of
from it.
yours.
She definitely needs to get a proper pelvic exam.
And I would warn any other friends that plan on hanging out with this guy what his plan is. All right, more show after this.
Loveline on Key.
That's cake, Drew.
I know that.
Okay.
That I know.
All right, very hip these days. All right, Cake will be in next week along with many other guests, and we will be back in 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
radio
station.
Loveline on Q101, WKQX, Chicago.
All right, we're here with Jeremy McGrath, the Wayne Gretzky of Supercross, the man who has dominated the sport for many, many years. Maybe I follow the sport a little bit, more than anyone in history, more than the Roger DeCosters of the world.
Yeah, Roger DeCoster is a 5-time world champion, and the winningest Supercross rider before me was Rick Johnson.
Right.
You've heard of him. He's
Sure.
from San Diego.
He was on Honda, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on Honda.
Where is he now? He's selling churros somewhere?
No, he's driving race cars. He actually lives in outside of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, okay. So he made the move.
He's trying to get into the 4-wheel car stuff.
Right.
But he had He had 28 wins.
How many wins do you have?
43.
Okay. Well, I don't even know why he brought the guy up. All right. So the point is the man dominates. Absolutely. He is what Dr. Drew is to the medical profession. Jeremy McGrath is to the Supercross. That's a compliment.
Thank you.
Drew. Well, feel free to compliment me periodically.
What you are to the radio.
Thank you. Thank you. I had to squeeze him like a sponge, but it finally came out. All right. Where are we?
A fan of Jeremy's on 5.
Oh, okay. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the phone number. 310-854-4455 is the fax number. Brianna.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, how are you guys?
You're 20. You're on Loveline with Jeremy McGrath.
Hi.
Hi.
I'd like to make a comment to Jeremy. I haven't been into racing very long. My boyfriend got me started a few years ago, and even though he rides Kawasaki, I've been a fan of yours ever since I've known about you.
Well, thank you.
I think you are the best rider there ever has been, and I know you had a disappointing ride last Saturday, and I just want to tell you that I'm so glad you left Honda for Suzuki, and I want to wish you the best of luck with Knack Knack Enterprise.
Thank you.
And
Thanks a
I
lot.
just think you're the hottest rider. I don't care about Jeff and Nick. I think you're the best.
Well, thanks.
Okay?
Okay.
Good luck Saturday.
All right, you going Saturday?
Oh, of course. I wouldn't miss it.
Hopefully it'll be better than last.
Oh, it will by far.
Hey, Brianna.
Yeah.
During one of the laps, why don't you pull your top up? See if you can get some riders to crash.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Any difference, seriously, and I know, you have your sponsors, you have your factory rides and all that, but it seems to me at that level, when every the bikes have been dialed in and tweaked as much as possible, is there differences still between the bikes, between the manufacturers, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Honda, and that sort of stuff?
There's not much difference. I mean, it's
they're all the same CCs.
Yeah, they're all 250s.
Are they all putting out about the same horsepower?
Close. I mean, it varies probably 1, 2, 3 horsepower maybe. But
is there any
in Supercross? You don't need to have necessarily the fastest or the most horsepower. It's a lot of jumping. It's not like you go top speed 5th gear or anything like that. It's
right.
It's basically the most preparation and. I'd say the bikes are really close.
Are there any rules? Because, like in like auto racing, in all forms of auto racing, whether it be stock car racing or Formula One. They have rules about, how high a car can be off the ground, how much a car can weigh, horsepower, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Do they have rules like that in Supercross?
Yeah, we have a rule called the production rule. It's where you have to run. You can only add to the frame. You cannot cut the frame and make it any geometry you want, and of course you can't, stroke the motor and make it
bigger than 250.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Speaking of stroking the motor, Drew, you ready to move on with some of these calls?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Joe, join in anytime you like when we're talking about
I'm really up on this
top
stuff.
end or stroking or anything like that.
Get Drew out there in the halftime show.
Feel free to jump in.
Right on. Hey, I got a problem that was just kind of happened the first time in my whole life. Is for a month I lost my sex drive, and I have like an existing condition. Maybe I'm sure the doc knows about it. It's like a Perthes, hip Perthes.
Leg calf Perthes disease?
Yeah, it's on my hip bone actually,
Right.
and
That has nothing to do with your sex drive.
I just really, for like a whole month I had like some hip pain, and during that time I just kind of like had no desire whatsoever.
Well, when you have a toothache, you don't want to, go down on a woman. But that doesn't necessarily mean it stymies your sex drive.
Well, you know how you wake
You know
up
what
in
I'm
the morning
saying?
and you're ready to go. Usually every morning when you wake up, and even that whole month I was not even in that condition.
Well, I mean, if you're ill or in pain, that tends to mitigate your sex drive. I mean,
It's called penis priority.
Yeah.
Your penis goes, look, I'm very interested in, but you know what? I'll pass. I will.
Other things have priority.
I'll take a backseat to the hip for this month, and then I want to double down the following month.
Right. So actually, there's nothing for me to worry about, Doc.
Were you taking any medication at the time?
No, just usually like Tylenol or like Motrin or something like that to help the pain or
Well,
whatever.
maybe the Motrin or the anti-inflammatory drugs were reacting badly with
That
it.
was like the first time it ever happened in my whole life, so it really kind of shocked me, and I just thought maybe, I don't know, I just don't know what to expect, or...
Well, why don't you be... Is it both hips bother you?
No, just my left hip.
Why don't you get looked at very thoroughly to make sure that that's what it is, that it's not something more systemic, some other illness going on here that's affecting you more
What is this
systemically.
hip disease?
It's a mechanical thing more than anything. And if he's being affected systemically like that, if it's pain, that makes sense. But there are plenty of inflammatory diseases of the joint that can be associated with other disorders.
When you say joint, you're
for
not
instance,
talking about...
like what a lot of people don't know. One of the common severe arthritis is caused by gonorrhea.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I knew that. Jeremy, you knew that, didn't you?
Yeah.
See? So,
Maybe
Drew,
that's why.
You're not so smart. Jerry, 20.
Hello.
Hey.
What's going on?
Hey.
Hey, Jeremy, what's up?
How's it going?
All right. Hey, I got a question for Jeremy first. What advice would you give to a young rider who's trying to get into the sport and, he wants to be successful? What'd you tell him?
Well, what you talking about, a young kid or?
He's about 18.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, basically, when you first get into the sport, you never know if it's going to be your job or anything like that.
Well, he met you a time or two before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he met you up at West Valley here in Utah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. With the
All
advice.
right, what do you want him to do? Sponsor the kid? Let him answer the question. Quit buttering him up.
Yeah, with the advice thing, I would just say, if he's not a professional, of course you just got to go out and ride and have fun with it.
Well, let me tell you something, Jerry and Jeremy. From my experience, you ride because you love it. Not because of the money, not because of the women, not because of the trophies. You do it because you love it.
Yeah,
of course. He does that. But he wants to get into it professionally, I just thought he might want a little advice to go along with this. Okay, here's my question.
You got to blow a factory rat. That's how you get a ride.
Is that what Jeremy did?
Well,
that's for sure I did not.
You do what you got to do to get started, and then you take it from there.
All right. Okay, here's my question. Okay, what should I do here? My ex-girlfriend, we were going out for a little over 2 years, and, we broke up for a little while because of personal problems, And she said once I got my life back in order, she'd come back to me,
What were these personal problems?
Oh, just various things. I was cheating on her and stuff like that, I didn't know how much I loved her till she was gone.
Is this classic or what?
What's that?
I trust.
This is also the Carolla syndrome.
Right.
All right, please, can you just pick a syndrome and we'll agree on that? How many syndromes can I have named after me? It's going to be, I'm going to get a vaginitis tossed on there one day, too. Believe me, Drew stops at nothing. All right, listen, I trust no man who says, I didn't know how much I loved her till she was gone.
Right, well, afterwards, I thought I'd work on it a little bit, I went out, got the job I wanted to do. I bought the car I wanted. It just wasn't enough. I wanted to do more for her. Then this chick, I asked her out on a date because, I thought, well, there's no use flagging on with this forever. I might as well go out and see what else there is for me. I wasn't necessarily betraying her in any way, But this girl went and told her that I was, stalking this girl and calling her every night, which was complete bull, you know what I mean?
Wait, which one told who you were stalking?
The one that I asked out on a date one time went and told her that I was stalking.
Oh, your ex.
Right.
Right, the one that said no to the date.
Right.
Okay.
She went out and she, later on after she saw, I bought a 97 Mustang GT, and now she wants me, of course.
That's got to be good for some trim.
Yeah, I kind of stay away from that, but, just because I want this girl back.
Okay, chicks love when a guy burns out. I love when a guy does
5.0.
Yes, they love a guy who can lay a little rubber, a guy who can go in the empty parking lot when it's raining and do donuts.
Oh, yeah, I do all that shit.
Yes,
Jerry,
okay.
watch
I'm nuts with it.
Jerry.
Huh?
You're on the radio.
You've used the S word now 2 times.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And in no subtle fashion either.
I'm sorry.
All right, well, I'm hanging up on you.
I'm sorry.
I'm still hanging up.
He's hanging up first.
He did?
I think so.
Well, at least he apologized. And I'm sorry, too. Sometimes we just don't see eye to eye. I don't know what Jerry's problem was.
Well, but Jerry, I mean, this business of wanting a girl only when they're gone is a very unhealthy thing.
Yes. I'm picturing Jerry's one of these guys with the mullet cut.
I'm picturing burnouts right now. He's taking off in his car.
He's got the 2 hairdos. From the front, he looks like the Marine. From the back, he looks like one of the cast members of Charlie's Angels. This is the mullet do. Have you seen this, Drew? Not many doctors wear the mullet.
No, I know you've mentioned it before. I know what you're talking about.
What is up with that? More doctors ought to wear the mullet.
I don't think so.
Okay. Mark, 17, you're on Loveline with Jeremy McGrath.
Hello.
Hey.
First of all, I want to say your show is just awesome. I love it.
Thank you.
Adam, you are hilarious.
Why, thank you.
And Drew, you give the best advice ever.
Thank you.
Now, I have 2 questions for you guys. One of the questions is that I'm currently dating my girlfriend. We've been going out for a 1.5 years. And, both of us love each other. And a while ago, she asked me if I want to get married in the near future. And I said, well, I'm not sure because I'm only 17 and I'm not ready for marriage. And she said, well, think about it.
How old is she?
She's 17 as well.
Mm-hmm. I don't trust her already, but continue.
You're not ready for marriage. That's clear. All right. Don't think about it. You know you're not ready.
You've never been married, have you, Jeremy?
No, sir.
That's right. Smart man.
No.
Save all those winnings. That's right. That purse is your purse.
I've never even considered it, actually.
Good thinking. Mark.
Yeah.
All right, so what's the question?
Well, she wants me to get her pregnant. And when I was living in San Jose, my friends got their girlfriends pregnant, and they claimed that they were ready for all that. And when the child was born...
That's right. They were so ready that the reason they're pregnant is because the condom broke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's planning. That's commitment to family.
Look, people your age are not ready for kids. You're just not ready. And from my point of view, somebody who's not married is not ready either. You should have a family first, a stable relationship. You should be done with your scholastic training. You should have a stable job. You should be able to support a child. Then consider having a child. This business of having children just because I'm ready. I'm ready.
I don't care if a frickin' Macaulay Culkin wants to have a kid at 17. I forbid it.
No, he's not ready.
All right. Although, if you can support Junior and you're out of my hair, fine. But I swear to you, if it's the last thing I do, I will rid this country of this scourge called teenage pregnancy. Crazy women, they get abused by their dad, and then they want to get knocked up at 16 and 17, and they have a whole batch by the time they're 25, and they're all on the dole. Oh, let Uncle Sam pay for everybody. Meanwhile, they're off collecting food stamps. The kids are out committing crimes. This is what's destroying this country, Mark. You keep your penis in your pocket.
All right. Now, for my second question, I've had a really bad history.
I don't inspire our listeners at all. They notice
I
that?
think you might have scared him a little.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Mark.
Anyway,
Bad history with what?
my dad, he abused me when I was a child.
Physically?
Huh?
Sexually? Physically?
Physically.
Yeah.
And finally, repercussions have caught up to me. And I have this problem of keeping my anger under control.
Right.
And I can blow up at the slightest thing.
Sure.
And it gets worse. I mean, if I hit my head, at the back of my head really hard, I start losing memories. I get scared. I get cold. I shake.
I think that's called a concussion.
Yeah. And
What do you mean, hit the back of your head real hard?
well, the first time it happened, I was running towards the phone because I just woke up and the phone started ringing, and I tripped over a cord and I hit the head on a corner of the coffee table, and that's when it happened.
Oh, but most people get cold and can't... You see that episode of Gilligan's Island where the coconut falls on his head and he can't remember who the skipper is?
Well, he just means he has a very intense reaction. It seems to be primarily that of rage, and that makes sense. I mean, you should have all kinds of all kinds of free-floating rage beneath the surface if you've been abused badly.
All right.
I mean, it's natural enough. You got to find ways to sort of let that out slowly and.
All right, well, let's
productively.
prioritize. First thing, don't get married.
Right.
Number 2,
No baby.
Actually, number 1, no kids.
Yeah.
Number 2, no marriage. Not for some time. Number 3, you have a lot of anger, you have a lot of hostility, you need to get a little therapy, you need to work this out, otherwise it's going to ruin your life. And number 4, and I'm putting this out to all people that have been abused and now are adults and have a lot of rage in them, and they like to blow off a little steam by, shooting people on the freeway or running people off the road or perhaps just random acts of violence. Here's my angle. All you people with all the rage that were abused when you were children, go kick the crap out of the person that abused you, please. Why am I always running into the people that are doing they've been abused by somebody, and then you run into them 20 years later and they shoot you.
Right.
Shoot your dad, please.
Right.
Everyone go out and anyone abuse you, go right after that person. Please try to decipher between the people that abused you and the people that are just in your life, and now you're pissed.
And you're going to abuse, yeah.
Right.
I want you to say that now every night for the next month. That's a great point.
It is.
Yes, everyone beat the crap out of the abusers. The Bible says it. It's an eye for an eye. It's fine. They beat on you. Oh, you go back and beat up on them.
All right, Hammurabi. Let's go on to the next call.
The man is old now. He's weakened. His reflexes have slowed down. You could take him. I could kick my dad's ass when I was 11.
Well, I know for sure I couldn't do that.
Your dad's tough?
He's tough. He's big, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, but if you and I ganged up on him, like I jumped him from behind or something, you beat him with a sack.
I don't even know then.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, all right. All right, we'll give him another few years.
Okay.
Let him slow down. I don't even know him, but I'll jump in with you if you want. You ride like a wheelie on him or something. Alan, 35, you're on Loveline.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Well, I have a couple questions. And first of all, I'd like to say I've been listening to you ever since that other host you had on about a year ago was excused from your program.
Bert Convey?
No.
No. Okay.
It was the one guy you didn't like, Adam.
No, I never said I didn't like him.
Yeah, well, we knew it.
I just need room to operate, that's all.
We could hear it in the tone of your voice.
What's up, Alan?
Anyway, Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Apparently, I have a lot of lesions on my brain.
Mm-hmm.
And the neurologist and the person that read the MRI said that it was severe or advanced multiple sclerosis, and that isn't the case. The neurologist thinks it's from alcohol. And
how do you get lesions? What do you mean lesions on the brain?
Lesion just means abnormality.
Abnormality, scarring.
Yeah, you're talking about scarring. Imagine that they confuse demyelination or MS and scarring would be and alcohol-related damage. There'd be scarring and calcification. Is that what they saw?
They didn't say anything about calcification, but the radiologist that read the MRI said it was advanced MS.
I understand there's debate about it.
Okay, now the neurologist looked at this and said it looks like severe alcoholism.
Okay.
And that could be a possibility because I've been through a little BS in the few past years that caused me to hit the bottle rather heavy.
All right.
And what my question is if I completely quit drinking, will the lesions disappear?
I hope I can answer this accurately because I would need to know more exactly on what they had seen there. And what people don't understand about alcohol is one of the few drugs of abuse and addiction that is a poison to human tissue. And one of the tissues that is very profoundly affected by alcohol is brain.
You're saying marijuana is not a poison?
Marijuana is not a poison, but,
Really?
but it does damage brain tissue. Hallucinogens damage brain tissue. Cocaine doesn't damage anything particularly.
Funny
Heroin
that the
doesn't damage
politicians
anything.
seem to concentrate so much on the marijuana, not the alcohol.
But my
Fascinating.
understanding is that alcohol thins the tissue, and it also thins the blood. Now, doesn't this have a profound effect on the capillaries in the brain?
No, you're barking up the wrong tree. I mean, there's several different brain injuries that can occur
It's
from
a nice
alcohol.
drunken layman's angle, though.
Yeah, it
I'll
sure
give you
is.
credit on that.
It sure
It's
is.
the W.C. Fields' nose in your head angle.
And if there is
I
brain
rented that.
shrinkage, some of that comes
The brain
back.
can shrink?
Oh, dramatically.
I think some of my friends' brains are shrunk, and my family as well. I
Some
know
of that
my
can
mom's brain is
return
shrinking.
because the majority of that shrinkage is from the support cells in the brain, the sort of glue cells
All right,
that make it
all
a
right,
gel.
Listen, we got to go to break.
All
Alan,
right.
my brain's getting lesions now. Alan, are you sober?
Yes, I am.
You are.
You're in a program.
Yes.
You are.
Yes.
All right,
Which,
well, that's
which program? Indian Princesses, or is it an alcoholic program?
It's a alcoholic program.
Okay,
All
good.
right. That's Adam's point is well taken. That is that the
It
treatment
is?
for any alcohol-related injury is no alcohol.
You hear
That's
that,
the
Jeremy?
treatment. And the only way you can assure yourself that is by getting involved in AA because it's not going to happen the other way. It will always recur otherwise.
All right, Drew.
Virtually.
All right. You, like a RV salesman on Crank, I want you
All
to
right.
sell, doing your own commercial for the first time.
Guy
Kelly,
she
go.
told her to be with him, she must also sleep with his friends. What?
Do that again, but slower.
Guy she likes told her to be with him.
If she wants to be with him, maybe she has to.
She must also be with his friends.
Okay.
Very weird.
All right. Then this, I smell a gambling call coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Jeremy, go for the wallet.
Hey, this is Fiona Apple, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, the young one, Fiona Apple. Tonight, Jeremy McGrath is here. Jeremy is the prince of Supercross, 250 class. He does not mess around with that 125 class anymore, do you? Does it?
I used to.
Yeah, you start off. Do most guys start off at 125 and move up to 250?
Yeah, that's the starting point usually for the up-and-comers. They start in the 125 class, and usually you race there. You can't actually get too many points if you are winning the races, but usually that's where you get your start, and that's how you get a factory ride.
Even though 250's displacement is twice as much as a 125, on a smaller track, are the lap speeds that much faster?
Not at all. I mean, 250 can be faster sometimes, but like last week, for instance, Kevin Windham is a 125 champion right now, and his lap times were the same or faster on some laps.
Because the bikes are a little bit lighter, a little more maneuverable.
Yeah, they're lighter. You can ride them faster.
But on a track with a longer straightaway, the 250 is gonna
especially like on a motocross course, which is not a supercross, more outdoor, natural type terrain.
Right.
250 is usually faster.
That's what I like. I like when the environment is destroyed while the race is going on. Drew, I know you're a big fan of that.
Oh, tremendous.
Yes. All right, phone number 1-800-LOVE-191, fax number 310-854-4455. Oh, Larry Flint the following week, and Steve Gutenberg and John Stewart. All right, and Cake, and oh, God, Ann is just...
on fire.
Yeah, we got him in. Ann, what's up with you? Ann, you're just going berserk.
With the gas.
What are you, on the steroids or something?
What?
Well, it's not that you don't normally do your job, but you're doing the job of 5 producers.
Thank you, Adam.
5 mediocre producers, but that still
That
adds
makes
up.
one good one, doesn't it?
No, it's still more than one. It's more than one.
Oh, okay.
3 mediocre
good
producers is one. You're doing the
okay.
work of 5 mediocre producers.
That's 1.5 almost.
That's right.
All right.
No, it's like 1 3/4, almost 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm glad we could have that conversation. Kelly, 24. You're on Loveline.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Hey.
Hey.
Hi, Jeremy.
Hello.
I just wanted to tell you I think you are just the most talented writer out there right now, and I think you're incredibly sexy.
Thank you.
And I'd really value your opinion on a question that I have.
All right.
Okay, I really, really like this guy a lot, and I would do just about anything to be with him. And he asked me to do some things that I'm considering, and I don't really know if I should do it or not. He said for me to be with him, I would have to have sex with his friends, too. And after the race on Saturday, he wants me to meet him at a hotel in Anaheim. And this
Wait a minute, this is somebody that races in your thing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is?
Yeah.
All right. Well, if he's on the circuit, that's fine. I didn't know he was on the
Well, I
circuit.
mean, I just feel like it would be a total honor. I mean,
What?
to be with this person.
All right. This is the type of groupie mentality that draws people to sports. Do you understand? This is why guys get into sports.
Jeremy, what do you think?
Kelly's the reason.
Kelly's the reason.
Why would you consider
She's
having,
a pit girl.
Yeah.
She's a pit hoe.
Why would you consider you consider having sex with his friends in order to get to him? That's true?
Yeah.
Now, who are the guys? Are they like his mechanic, team manager?
I don't know, just some close friends of his, I guess.
How would you feel about yourself if you were to do that?
I would do anything to be with this guy, though. He's,
Who's the guy?
Oh, I can't say that.
What would be?
Why not?
If he's enough of a schmuck to propose this to you, I think
I'm sure
you.
Jeremy knows him, but I don't want to say his name on the
I don't
radio.
know.
What?
I
If
don't know.
he's enough of a jerk to
What's
propose
your
this.
opinion on that, Jeremy?
My opinion on that is, well, I don't.
Is that wrong?
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that's right.
That's not a good thing?
No, I'd say no.
No?
Of course not.
You don't think I should do that? That'd, be degrading myself?
What do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I really, really want to be with him. He's, my favorite writer, and it'd be, a total honor.
To have sex with him. Just
Yeah,
one
no
time.
matter what it takes. I want to do it. I want to be with him. I want to be able to say that I was with him.
What would that do for you? What would that accomplish for you?
I don't know what it would accomplish. I just totally want to be with him.
All right, hold on. Is there some gambling here, Drew? I smell gambling.
Sure, why not?
Drew, would you like to gamble?
Yeah, sure.
All right, Jeremy, get the Supercross wallet out of the back pocket there. What are you paranoid? He keeps his wallet in his front pocket.
Well, I don't
All right,
like
put it in the
my
back. Come on. Enough of that front pocket
All right.
nonsense.
What do we do? We gamble here.
Oh, you got $1? No, you do.
Yeah, I got $1.
All right, I'm a little light, Drew. Who's got $1 for me?
I got one.
You do? Okay. Thank you.
I got your Annie.
Last night, we've been gambling. I've been gambling. Who did I gamble with last night?
I won, though.
Oh, the Bloodhound Gang's manager or something gave me a record rec. Gave me the money, and then I gave it to Drew. You know, the sting of gambling is not bad at all when you're gambling with other people's money. That's why I got to get myself a sugar daddy.
Okay.
All right. Now, Kelly sounds perky, and to the untrained ear, she sounds completely healthy. But we have other ideas. The idea that she would take 2 or 3 feet of collective penis before she then got onto the Supercross schlong, to me, smacks of something wrong. Drew?
Yeah.
I'll let you begin the gambling.
Kelly was raised, by grandparents or foster home or something like that.
Not raised?
Parents just gone. No family gone. No family.
Okay. No family.
No family.
Okay. Jeremy, I'll make it easy on you. You can pick, physical abuse in the past, perhaps sexual abuse, or you can go the totally normal upbringing route, whatever you like.
I would say no. I'd say more starstruck probably than anything.
Starstruck?
Yeah, I don't know.
Both parents together?
No.
No.
I'd have to say no.
Divorced?
Yeah. Well, if they're not together, what are they?
Separated.
Don't wise off. I'll toss you right out of here with your knobby tires and everything.
Okay, yeah, divorced.
Okay. Divorced, all right, but half the marriages end in divorce. Divorced early?
Yeah.
When she was young?
Yeah, I would say.
Before 10?
Yeah, I would say not much supervision.
No supervision. Running wild in the streets?
Yeah.
Okay, unsupervised.
Sort of where I'm going, though.
Drew is...
That's the same vibe I'm getting here.
Okay.
But more so, like, no development.
All right. I'm going with hitting the head with a snow shovel.
All right, go.
No, please, Drew. Oh, jeez, I don't know where to go. It's a little confusing here. I'm going with no attention from Daddy.
Yeah, we all said the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're all saying the same thing. You got to go with some kind of abuse.
All right. I'll go for physical abuse.
All right.
I'm going physical, and that could cover sexual too.
Yeah. All right. We'll give you both.
Okay, thank you. I don't often take charity, but this time I will. Wait a minute. What the hell am I talking to? What line is she on? What?
6.
Oh, 6. All right. Kelly?
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about your past a little bit.
Okay.
I'm guessing just from the Valley. I think that's enough.
Uh-huh.
You're from the Valley?
Right.
All right. Well, I'm taking the pot. That's all. All bets are off. She's from the Valley. West Valley, Chatsworth, Canoga Park, that area?
Close.
Okay. Now all bets are off then. She's from the Valley. All right, Kelly, what was your upbringing like?
I was raised by 2 wonderful parents. I had a total normal life.
Okay.
Why do you think this
all right.
is so weird?
No abuse? No physical abuse?
Not at all.
No divorcing?
I was divorced at a young age, yeah. I was.
You
We're
were?
still together. Yeah.
What do you mean you were?
I was divorced 3 years ago.
Oh, you yourself. But your
Yeah.
parents are still together.
Yeah, they're still together.
All right, Jeremy, you win nothing. Drew, you get nothing. I'm taking the pot for the Valley call.
You're taking bets on me?
Okay, give me my $1 back for your Annie there.
Hey, can
All
I
right, I'll give the Annie $1 back. All right, that's fair.
Can I say something
You're a
else?
very shrewd businessman. Yes.
Jeremy, did you tell them that you do have a squeegee in your shower?
Oh, is that true? That's 25 points.
Wow.
Mm.
Do you have that?
Yeah.
Do you use it, or do you get a cleaning woman to use it?
No, I do use
All right, I
it.
was giving you an out, but you wouldn't take it. All right, that's 25 points.
I do have a maid.
Okay. Do you have sex with her?
My maid, no.
All right, I'm adding
She's a little
20
old.
points now. All right, but still, he's on the pro motocross circuit. All right, Kelly.
Yes.
Don't do this.
Okay.
I hate to say it, but come on.
Well, now I'm beginning to doubt her call, the veracity of her call.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
You
it's
think
a
she's
bogus
lying?
call. It's a bogus
Oh.
call. You know who it is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know who it is?
Yes, I know who it is.
Yeah, because Kelly, if you really were into that sort of thing, you wouldn't have had a normal past.
Wow. Who was that?
That was a
Who
girl
is
that
that?
I know.
Oh.
Lives near my house.
Uh-huh.
Let's go on. I hate bogus calls.
All right, but this is a very interesting point, and I should give my money back, but
To
I
me,
won't.
yeah.
No, she's from the Valley. Fair enough. Believe me, I know the Valley. This is very interesting because, Drew, we gamble on these calls. Why, Drew? I'll tell you why. To illustrate how people are no different from one another, meaning when somebody is in a certain position as an adult, we can predict how they were brought up. If they're violent, it's because they were abused. If they're
Yeah.
sexually promiscuous to an extreme, oftentimes they were sexually abused. And the fact that we could not pin anything on Kelly was a little confusing at first, and now we realize why.
Bogus.
That's
a bogus call.
So that was a good illustration, though. And we'll be back. All right, tonight our guest is the king of Supercross, Jeremy McGrath. And Saturday night, ladies and gents. Hold on, let me get some effect here. Be there! Some go, some blow! Actually, that was a Dragster commercial I did.
What was that?
It's the same guy. It's the same guy. I think maybe it's two guys. But it's like a lot of reverb in there, and he overdubs his own voice, and they do that Saturday night, the Coliseum. They'll be there. Jeremy McGrath dominating the 250 class. Shirley Cha-Cha Muldowney, the Chi-Town Hustler. I love it when they get into the minds of the actual racers, like in the dragster stuff, where they go. TV Tommy Idol's, he's gunning for the title this time, but Big Daddy's got other ideas. Really? Did you talk to Big Daddy? Did Big Daddy tell you to say that, or is that just kind of your own? Were you just taking that from a casual conversation you may have had with Big Daddy earlier in the day?
Is he still around, that guy?
Big Daddy Don guy? Like,
he's 85 by now.
well, that's the beauty of drag racing. You can do it, I think, up to 3 years after you die.
Yeah.
They just actually stuff your corpse in there, and they put a brick on the accelerator.
Remote control now.
Drew.
Yeah.
How many horsepower do you think one of those dragsters has?
I have no idea.
All right, let me just put something in a context here because I find this bizarre. The average car, 140 horsepower, and weighs 2,500 pounds. Now, Jeremy, your bike is probably what, 300 pounds or?
It's 210.
Oh, it's all right. They're getting real light, and it's probably got what, close to 90, 100 horsepower.
No, it's got 51. I think.
Oh, that's it. All right, but the point is at 51 horsepower, it's all horsepower to weight ratio.
Right.
51 horsepower in a 200-pound vehicle,
Right.
if you do the math, is more than a Ferrari at 300 horsepower and 3,000 pounds.
Right.
These dragsters, all right, remember, Supercross bike? 51.
Yeah.
Your car? 150.
Yeah.
Dragster? 5,000. 5,000 horsepower. I mean,
see the size of the motors on those things?
The engines, they got these, 600 cubic inch big blocks and stuff, and they're burning nitro and everything, and they're only good for 2 passes. But 5,000. I mean, you'd say like, hey, 800. That's a ton.
Yeah.
5,000, Drew.
And the car weighs what? 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, the car doesn't.
At most.
Car doesn't weigh anything. 0 to 300 miles an hour faster, and you go 0 to 20 miles an hour in your car. Is that ridiculous? That is absolutely bizarre. Think about that.
Let's start a new show just about this.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Late Night Motorsports. Their host, the Rever, Adam Carolla. Tonight's special guest, Supercross star Jeremy McGrath. And the engine doctor, Dr. Drew. All right. Derek, 24, you're on Loveline.
Hey, guys. How's it still going?
Good.
First, want to start out McGrath. I cannot comprehend how you even do some of the stuff you do. I ride, my friend rides. We're always amazed on the knack-knacks and stuff like that. I compliment you on your writing.
Derek.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, he gets, Drew, when these guys, not only is it enough for them to get 25 feet of air off a jump, but while they're in the air, they'll actually, have sex with a stranger. I don't know, they'll pull both feet off the pegs and do a flying W. They'll take both feet and put them on one side of the bike. Or here's a good one, they take both hands off the handlebars. So they're 25 feet in the air on this bike, and they take both hands and just put them in the air, like it's some sort of stick-up, some sort of skyjacking or something.
I'm aware of that. My one question I have for McGrath is the Crescent Demons of Dirt that you filmed. Where exactly in California was that?
Well, Krusty, the video was filmed in all sorts of, everywhere.
Seen the video.
What are you talking about, the sand dunes part?
Yeah, the sand dunes, exactly.
That was in a place called Glamis, California.
Did you happen to see Seth's crash that he did?
No, I didn't see that one. I wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
This is like a sort of bolt head underground video. I saw it. A friend of mine has a bicycle shop.
Yeah,
I went in the back and watched it. But it's these guys just going insane on motorcycles, doing the most extreme stuff you've ever seen in your life. I mean, 30 feet in the air and going 90 feet distance-wise out on sand dunes, and guys riding motorcycles in houses. And
there's stuff bigger than that. I mean, that Glamis, the place he's talking about, we do jumps. We're probably like 50 feet in the air and maybe going almost 200 feet, maybe. It's big.
Okay, my second question is for Dr. Drew. I'm currently taking Klonopin for obsessive-compulsive disorder, and I was wondering if that was affects anything on the sex drive.
Is that the only medication you're taking?
Actually, I'm taking Klonopin and imipramine.
Well, imipramine can affect your sex drive, for sure. And Klonopin probably could, though it doesn't typically. Klonopin is a long-acting Valium-like drug. And it's a sedative, and it can probably affect your sex drive, but the people don't typically complain of that.
Okay.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
All right. Funny how you want to talk motocross for the first 10 minutes of the call. He's going to get on to his deteriorating emotional state and spend 10 seconds on that at the end. Well, he prioritizes. Mike, 21, you're on Loveline.
Yeah, how you doing, Jeremy?
Hey, how's it going?
Fantastic. I just called to say, for one, I'm really bummed about last week. I'm really sorry you didn't take it last week at Coliseum.
Yeah, it was a tough night for me, but thanks a lot. Hopefully I can
Well, that's no problem, because we'll be there this upcoming Saturday, about 6 of us there rooting for you again, so.
All right, thanks.
No problem. And then I have a question basically it's for all of you, because my fiance, she saw Jeremy in, the most recent dirt bike magazine, and it has you, and you got no shirt on it, and you have your nipple pierced. And my fiance thought that was really sexy, and she thinks I should do that too. Okay, but the thing is, like you, I ride a lot. I have a 97 Banshee, and I also have a 250 YZ. And I was just wondering if that causes you any discomfort having your nipple pierced. And two, for you, Drew, what would happen if it got ripped out if I crashed?
All right, turn your damn radio down.
It's a police radio.
Yeah, well, you got a scanner going there?
Nah, I'm in my car phone.
All right, well, turn your car radio down.
All right.
All right.
If it gets ripped out, it'll get ripped out.
And it won't hurt.
And that can happen.
Uh-huh.
Aerodynamically, does that slow you down at all?
No, because
Okay.
it's under your shirt, of course. I mean,
right.
yeah,
You don't take it out?
did.
You take it out?
No, I don't actually when I ride. I
Tape it
have
down?
hit it on the levers and stuff, and it does hurt.
Oh.
But yeah, it hurt severely for first couple weeks, but it's kind of it's kind of a trend, and I'm really not into it anymore.
You're not into it anymore?
Not really.
Mike,
Oh, hallelujah. The piercing thing is ending.
I knew he'd come back around. Mike, here's the scary part. The scary part is that your girlfriend is opening up Nobby magazine for fashion tips.
Yeah.
That's the part that really frightens me about this whole call.
Okay.
All right, so Jeremy had the nipple pierced. It did not affect his riding in any way. And now that he's older, richer, and wiser, he probably wishes his nipple was whole.
Or without hole.
Without hole?
Yeah.
Chalk another one up for Drew. What is that, 5 this month
five, yeah,
alone?
that was number 5.
On a tear. Yeah, I'm guessing you're going to burn out by next
that's
month.
2 today.
Yeah, that's 2 tonight.
Yeah.
Drew, for those of you who listen to the show, know that Drew is actually... Some people have no sense of humor. Drew actually owes a sense of humor. He's actually... If he had a sense of humor, he would just break even. He's that much in the hole in terms of a sense of humor.
Well,
But, boys, he been on a comedic tear.
It's just living with you all the time, man. That's the deal.
Working the pun angle. Working many different angles. The sarcasm angle. Political humor. Observational humor. You do it. He'll do a pratfall right here if I ask him. All right. We ready to move on,
Real
Drew?
fast. Real quick. Last call.
What's that?
Last call.
How do you know? All right.
You won't even get this one if you don't.
Huh? Okay. Jerica, 20, you're on Loveline with Jeremy McGrath.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi.
Good.
I listen to your guys' show every night, so this is the first time I'm calling, so a little weird for me. I have a situation. About 6 months ago, I was seeing a guy. Previous to seeing him, he had broken up with his wife for 3 months, and then I started seeing him, and it was great in the beginning, and then it went sour. And then, I'd say a little bit before Christmas, he came back.
To you or to his wife?
Huh?
To you or to his wife?
To me. But the thing is he is still with his wife.
Of course.
That's right. Relationship is like Mexican food. It tastes good going down, but oftentimes it's followed by gas.
My problem is...
It's late.
It is late. I'm getting punchy.
My problem is when I first started seeing him, he told me he loved me. And I believed it. And we stopped seeing each other, and I got over him, and then he came back into my life, and he's living with her now. And the only reason he's living with her, he says he absolutely hates her.
Well, then he needs to leave.
Right.
And if he's going to see you anymore, he's got to be done with that.
I'm curious what his reason is for living with her, besides loathing her.
He has 2 kids.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, that's something.
Well, it's good if he's going to belly up and take care of those kids, and that's what he should do, and he shouldn't disturb you along the way.
Well, he wants to make sure that the kids are taken care of, and that
Look, what he's telling you, first of all, he's not going to leave that family. That's clear. If he's going to be committed to the kids, he's not going to leave the family. He just can't quite commit himself all the way and do what he needs to do as a father.
And by the way, when you're taking care of your kids and living with your wife, it is not broken up.
You're right. And it's not going to break up, particularly if he says, I want to be sure the kids are okay. That's great. That is great.
Right.
I'm all for that, but he doesn't need to drag you into this, and he needs to stay focused on that family and work on that.
And 15 years from now, it'll be, I just want to make sure the kids finish college.
Yeah. Now, hear this. Anybody planning to get involved with a married person, make sure the person is separated formally or divorced before you get involved. That's it. You're just asking for just terrible, terrible pain otherwise.
Okay, now, I really want to be with this man, very much so. And, you know, I've told him how I feel. And my question is, should I tell him that, look, if you want to be with me, then that's great. But right now we need you just go do what you need to do, and when you're done with her, you come back and show me proof.
That is
you're
correct.
divorced.
That is correct.
That's right.
Perfect.
Papers.
Perfect plan.
Documentation. I want your vagina to be like a customs office, and no one will be able to pass until you see proper identification. Passport, citizenship documentation, all the proper paperwork. Right, Drew?
Right. Commercial.
All right, Drew's ready to go home. Hold on, let's try that again. Right, Jeremy?
Exactly.
Thank you.